Yo, what is up everyone? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome back to another video. And yes, the rumors were true. It is time, guys. Tomorrow, February 13th at 2 p.m. PT, that is 5 p.m. Eastern time, we do have a brand new Nintendo Direct that Nintendo of America has just announced today. There's going to be around 35 minutes of information on upcoming Nintendo Switch titles, including Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and I've put together a nice list of things that I think are going to go down, some predictions, kind of some information that Nintendo's going to share with us, and these are all just straight predictions. I don't have any idea if it's actually going to happen, but I'm just thinking on some of these things. So let's go ahead and go over the first thing, and let's talk about some Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I feel that there's going to be a brand new gameplay trailer. They're going to give us more information on the combat of the game and what you can do. Maybe there's like a map editor or there's online play, something like that. So we're going to get some new information, some nice details. I also think there's going to be a release date announced for the game. I think it's been in the cooker for a while. This game was announced in 2017. They delayed it about 1 year to polish it up. I think it's ready to go this year. We're going to get a release date for that game, and it's going to be right around that spring release like they said it's going to be. So I'm thinking maybe May or so for that game. Now, I also think that there's going to be a bundle and a special edition. One thing Fire Emblem always does, one thing the Intelligence System always does, is special editions. There's always some type of hardware or some type of console special edition with the game. So I think they're also going to show that off tomorrow as well. Now, I think for the next thing is that a Bayonetta 3 trailer. We haven't heard about this game since 2017. They showed off that first initial trailer at the Game Awards, and it has been MIA. I think we're finally going to get an actual gameplay trailer and maybe a release window, but probably not. So maybe just a new gameplay trailer, and then they're just going to say, hey, it's coming at some point. Maybe we get a release window. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Now, what I think next is coming, Wii U ports. I think they're going to announce at least another Wii U port or two, just because why not? They've already been releasing a bunch of other Wii U ports. They've been doing really well on the system. People did not buy the Wii U, so it makes sense for them to announce or release at least another Wii U port or two. I think there's going to be at least one. Now, I don't know what game it's going to be. I'm hoping for a game like Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm hoping for titles like The Wonderful 101. So we don't know what's going to happen, guys, with the Wii U ports, but I think something's definitely going to come over. Now, another thing that I think we could see are more Japanese game ports. So not naming any actual names or anything, but I think that we're going to get a lot more Japanese titles being ported over. We've already seen stuff like, for example, Dragon's Dogma get announced. There was the new Dragon Ball Z card game. That's actually not a port. That's just the arcade version, and they're adapting it for the consoles, but that's coming out in April as well. There's been some listings for some other games. There's been some rumblings with a new Monster Hunter, and this obviously isn't going into game ports, but I do think that we're going to see a lot of other PS4 type of titles that were out in 2017, out in 2016, games like that being brought over to the Nintendo Switch. Maybe we get announcements for games like maybe like Code Vein or something like that being ported over to the Switch as well. So it should be interesting to see what Japanese titles get ports, because the last major direct we had some bombshells with Final Fantasy games, right? So many of them were brought over, so it was great to see that. So I think we can get some big name ports being brought over from Japanese studios as well, so maybe we can look forward to that. Now, I also think that there's going to be a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Joker trailer. Piranha Plant is out. He's fun to use. People are having fun with him, and I think next up is Joker and actually showing that off. They did reveal Joker at the Game Awards, and they said that, hey, you know what, we still got to work on him some more. So I feel that it's enough time has passed since then that they have probably got Joker going for maybe at least a trailer, and I feel that he's going to be released sometime around the anniversary of Persona 4, which is coming up this April here in the West. So I think that Joker could make an appearance at this Nintendo Direct. Now, moving on to the next thing here, guys, I think we're going to get updated information on games like Animal Crossing for the Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3, and Town. Those are all games that were announced at last year's Nintendo Direct, their big September one, and I feel that we're going to get all of those. I think that we're going to get all of those updates for the games. Maybe we get the first gameplay trailers for them. They show us information, and they give us a release window of like fall or Q3, Q4 Q4, whatever it is, Q2, spring, summer, whatever it is. I think that they're going to do that with some of these games here, because they also, these games are 2019. People have to remember these were all supposed to be 2019 games. So we'll see if all of that holds true. Furukawa did say that they're not anticipating any type of major delays, but you never know with software and all of that. So let's keep on going here, guys. So maybe Pokemon 2019. And the reason why I say maybe is because the Pokemon Company, they haven't always showed off their new flagship game at a Nintendo Direct. Sometimes they have their own events. A lot of the times they have their own events. So I'm not 100% sure, or I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, we're definitely going to see Pokemon 2019, but I think it's a possibility that there is a brand new trailer or the first footage of Pokemon 2019, the first big Nintendo Direct of the year. You can make a splash with it, and then maybe you just give us some more information at like a Pokemon themed event, right? So there's one going down like what, at the Nintendo World Store, something like that, the Pokemon Day stuff. I'm not saying that there's going to be stuff there, but I'm saying that you can always just give us the first glimpse, teaser trailer, right? Like a Bayonetta, and then maybe you actually have a full gameplay trailer at a separate event. So I think that is definitely possible with that. Now, moving on to the next thing, some Western game ports. Yes, Western game ports. I think that those are going to happen as well. I mean, we've heard about some rumors going around. We've talked about Apex Legends. I'm not sure if that's going to be here, but also the Assassin's Creed. That could be a game that's announced for the Nintendo Switch as well. I'm not really sure what other Western games that I can think of that will be ported over. I know there's a lot of games that you guys always talk about with Western developers that, hey, this would be great if it was on the Switch, but I do think that we could get a few of them like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. We also could get announcements in terms of the release dates for all of those Resident Evil titles that Capcom said they're going to bring over. Resident Evil 4 and some of the older games, the remasters that were out there on the PS3, 360, PS4, Xbox One. So yeah, I do feel that we could be getting some of those when it comes to the release dates of those games. I think people are really looking forward to that. Oh, and I also feel that we could get like some shadow drops on games, right? I think there's stuff like Final Fantasy VII. There was that commercial with Nintendo. So I think that we could get a shadow drop. Just, hey, Final Fantasy VII is available now for you guys to go download. That would be a great idea because people are going to hype download that game. They're going to be like, oh, wow, it's available now. I'm going to go get it right now. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be able to hype download that game. So I'm thinking that we're going to see that as well. Now, moving on to the last point that I want to make before I kind of wrap this video up. I think that Dragon Quest XI could also get some more gameplay footage and a release date as well. I'm a little bit more iffy on this one than anything, but I do think that Nintendo obviously has a great relationship with Square Enix when it comes to the Dragon Quest franchise. They're publishing Dragon Quest Builders 2 here in the West, and I think that they're probably going to help out a little bit with Dragon Quest when it comes to marketing, Dragon Quest XI that is, when it comes to marketing and everything, just because Dragon Quest has always had that history on Nintendo platforms. So I think that we could see something like that as well. I also feel that there is stuff like Ninjala. We also have Grandia, games like that from Gung Ho. We still need to know what's going on with those games. I don't think we're going to see anything like Yokai Watch or Inazuma 11. They're still working on those, but those games seem like they're going to be coming over probably later, so I'm not going to talk about those. But I'm hoping that we get some new information on the Grandia 1 and 2, those remasters coming to the Switch, and Ninjala. Those are some more of the low-key games that people aren't talking about as much, so we can probably see that. And last but definitely not least, and I probably forgot some other stuff, guys. Forgive me if I forgot some other games, but Daemon X Machina. I think that this game also gets dated. We get a new trailer, new gameplay, release, all of that. I think they're really going to talk about this game and let us know, because I feel that it's finished. I feel that it's pretty much done. They're just, you know, kind of brushing up things here and there. They had live gameplay demos back last year at E3. It was announced with the trailer, and I was like, okay, that's all we're gonna see, right? Then bam, nope. We got gameplay demos at E3, and then we also got gameplay demos at Gamescom in Europe. So I think that we're definitely gonna see more of a release date, maybe even a special edition of Daemon X Machina. Imagine getting like some type of figurine with that. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? I doubt that they'll do a figurine. Nintendo doesn't do that very often, but maybe we get like a poster, art book, something cool. I'd be down for a really nice, silky smooth, like collector's edition of Daemon X Machina. So I think that Nintendo's going to do stuff like that, and maybe we even see some type of new bundle too, console bundle with with any variety of these games here, whether it's Animal Crossing or Luigi's Mansion or something like that. Nintendo says, hey, we got a new bundle here, you know, and I know people have talked about other rumors out there like Super Mario Maker and stuff like that, so I don't know if all that's gonna happen, but what I do know is that Fire Emblem Three Houses is gonna be there, and it's probably gonna be my game of the year this year because that game is looking so good and we're getting more information on it, and I love how Nintendo actually stated that. New details on Fire Emblem Three Houses. They made sure to say that in the announcement of it, so that's actually really cool. So what are you guys' predictions for the Nintendo Direct upcoming? What do you want to see there? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet and to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube Live gaming pages. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.